on 23rd of March of this year, when I was flying from New Delhi to Guwahati, and in the aircraft I have read in a national English newspaper. It is in page number 25, called "Elimination of HIV from DNA Raises Hope for AIDS Cure." It is a breakthrough. I was shocked to see this news, and I gone through what is Temple University of United States of America. The scientists are doing some work in the laboratory conditions. Now, many scientists, we all do more and more work in laboratory conditions, but not all can be applied in the human system. It is difficult. However, what they are doing, I like to say, they say they can separate the integration of the DNA of the HIV virus with the human DNA. Once they separate, they feel or they think, then they can remove the HIV viruses from the human, and they can be cured, or they can suppress the virus load. How they do it? They said it is tailor-made gene technology, rather editing technology. They say they are using it, but they are not saying whether they are using synthetic genes. To my knowledge, without using the synthetic gene, this procedure cannot be made, or this procedure cannot be achieved in a way that they can get the goal. However, my questions remains to answer by these scientists, and I'm asking that how they are going to regenerate or reactivate the immune system which is destroyed by the virus. How they can stop the new virus to get in, and how they can, now the virus, the DNA of the virus which are present there, they removed, which are coming back. How many the genes editing technology they can use, because viruses, their life is 1.5 days, and then again next strain comes. It goes on and on and on. How many they can do it? Now this is after analysis, I have made the comment in the past that this is a misleading news. And on the other hand, they are talking about the ART. Why? If the scientist is working in their laboratory conditions to achieve something, why they talk about the ART? It means indirectly or directly they have been sponsored by the ART manufacturers. However, the ART is a destructive type of therapy which is given, and it damages more and more the human or the human system, those who are infected by the HIV virus causing AIDS. Now, what we are doing, we are the patients have survived the last 8 years without any problem, normal life, having children, they get married. We have cured till today 280 patients. None of the patients are having any problem. Now, in this news, it is a misleading to the, I say, it is a misleading news to the public, misleading news to the doctors and patients. What we do, how we are curing this disease? Well, first the Barua biological combat genes, which we have 29 genes we discovered, or rather invented and applied for patent. Now these genes, how they work? The first, our main aim is to do not allow the virus to get into the patient's system. Now, how do you do it? Now, we have many types of mechanisms. So one of them I am going to say. The CCL5, gene CCL5, and this gene delta CCL5 delta 32, these genes are primarily, when we mutate them from the mutation, upregulation, beneficial mutation, it does not allow, or rather it blinds the receptor, and where the virus gets into the receptor, the virus cannot recognize the receptor, or receptor cannot recognize the virus. We blind the receptor. Therefore, virus cannot get in, number one. Number two, steps, what we do? We destroy the mutated, amplified, cloned, the microRNA, where the virus is harbored. Second, that is over. Third, we are decoding the target genes. The fourth, what we do, we release the restriction of the translation process, allow the mRNA to synthesize the beneficial protein. At the same time, we reactivate or regenerate the destroyed immune system and whole disease, and so that the beneficial protein goes in circulation and disease process reverses. At the fifth stage, was the last one, we stop the reverse transcription of the virus, so the virus RNA cannot change into DNA, or the integration with the human or host DNA does not arise. So therefore, these five angles we are attacking this disease or attacking this virus, we are getting excellent results. Now, whatever the breakthrough, whatever the American does or British does, that is always Indian media called breakthrough. When I do something, that is nothing true. That is what is exactly what I am very, very angry with this. But now, if you recall, 1 year ago, this News Life has arranged a discussion. Some oncologists came, and I was there. Chicago scientists said, immune system, if we improve, then cancer can be cured. And I said, it is humanly impossible. Humanly impossible until and unless the oncogenes can be decoded, and this cancer cannot be cured. Similar situation here. These five angles of attacking this virus and the infection, and then it is humanly impossible to cure this disease. But this is a dreaded disease. And now this disease, I must say that this is a HIV/AIDS become a industry. The people are earning billions and billions of dollars. They do not want anything to do or cure it. Now, come back to the another. I'm getting very angry. I'm fuming with anger because the negative, positive. These the tests what they do, Western blot and the ELISA test. They say they just see the antibody created by the antibody is the immune response of this the antigen or the disease. Now, when when the doctor gives the vaccine at the young stage of children, and why they give the vaccine? They should understand that to create the antibody so that they can get a protection for the life, you know, or for a temporary period. But same thing here, it is antibody is good for patients because in a further infection, at least they can have some protection. Now the antibody, when they measure the antibody, when they see the antibody, they say, oh, you have got an infection, the HIV infection. That is true. But they should see, or they should do the tests with what we do now, the microRNA profiling or mapping, where we see whether he has got active disease the present time or he doesn't have at all. The antibody doesn't mean that you have got the disease as actively involved this disease, or you have got in the past this disease, at the moment you do not have, but antibody will remain. But however, this antibody will not sustain for too long, it will degrade. That is a dangerous thing for the patient, because no protection will be there. This is a wrong concept, spread all over the world by the doctors. Particular reference to those doctors are practicing this ART therapy. It has been supported by every country's government and the WHO, which is, I totally disagree with this concept. I do not like this concept. It is a wrong idea given to everybody. Now, to come back to a virus load, we do not bother about the virus load, because virus cannot get in. They can be loaded with the lakhs, thousands, or in crores. Who bothers about? It cannot kill anybody, cannot give any, because they are non-infective virus. In our case, I am talking about after our treatment. And this virus load goes up and down, eventually it will finish. So that is the way we are doing it. And these scientists who has done this, the newspaper who has written, they should understand this is a misleading and misguiding the news. They cannot rule out, or they cannot cure this HIV infection. Can never do it. It is humanly impossible. That's all I can say today. Thank you. তেওঁলোকে লেবৰেটৰী এনভাইৰনমেণ্টত যিটো এক্সপেৰিমেণ্ট কৰিছে, তেওঁলোকে ভাবিছে যে এইটো HIV ভাইৰাছটো মানুহৰ পৰা কমপ্লিটলি ইৰাডিকেট কৰি দিব বা এলিমিনেট কৰি দিব। I don't have to. When I see